Hey guys, sup, we're here for the YugiohCouncil, and welcome back to a brand new card versus card. And now with that little intro said, this is only going to be a 5 card battle, Q. Now, since I am currently in Okinawa on 2-week vacation of rest, I have to do it this week, and I only had so much time to film wherever I could for card versus card and other surprises, so here we go. We're doing Mistake versus Thunder King to kick this whole thing off because Mistake is just utterly a trap card version of Thunder King. So let's look at the pros of Mistake. It's chainable. You could just flip it up at any given time, so you're not like forcing your opponent to know right away they got to get rid of it. A downside to that is they could just hold MST and then just trade out negate you. Thunder King, on the other hand, puts pressure on the opponent, says you have to get me off the field, but also at the same time says that common negations of summoners and its limitation of being limited hold it back. But honestly, regardless, we're not looking at limitations, we're looking at what overall is the best card. Thunder King is such a great standalone monster that you just can't forget it. But Mistake is also a great standalone trap card that basically says you can't search, and with all that said out of the way, I do have to give the win to Thunder King Ryo because Thunder King Ryo is just, it puts more pressure on the field. It gives you the monster, it gives you 1900 power, and it basically says I can negate special summon too, and I'm not MSTable, so I'm not like a pendulum. But if you guys don't agree with any of this, or you have requests, make sure to leave it in the comments below, so that way we know what you want to see for the next card versus card. With that said, let's go straight into battle number 2. Battle number 2, Breakthrough Skill, Fiendish Chain, or Forbidden Chalice, which will come out on top, which will be on the bottom. So let's do this. Post-Primal Origins will matter, so we'll start with Breakthrough Skill. Breakthrough Skill allows 2 negations, 1 on your opponent's, 1 on yours, pretty much. You could still flip this up on your turn, kind of thing. But it's really useful against the Pleiades plays and the Wild Cyclone that's going to be hitting the Fiendish Chain. So let's go into Fiendish Chain. It's our best friend. It stops attacks. It's great. But the problem is with artifacts, they're going to be running Double Cyclone to get rid of your back row, and they can basically just play Double Cyclone, hit one of their artifacts, hit your Fiendish Chain, they'll get Artifact Special, and then your Fiendish Chain did nothing, hence why people are going to tell you that Breakthrough Skill is so good. Other people will tell you that this is going to be the choice of the day when it comes to it because of the one that says, hey, you don't get to use that extra deck thing, that every deck uses. You can't bring this out. You can't because the sneak peek card says no. So you just drop this down on the summon, you laugh at them, you're like, haha. Okay, so let's talk about where these cards fall on position now that we know why they're going to fall the way they are. Fiendish Chain is going to be number 3. Which sounds crazy to put Fiendish Chain at number 3. But the reason Fiendish Chain is going to be at number 3, and I would have put it higher up, but Effect Veiler is at like 4, which is kind of scary. If you want to put Effect Veiler here, or it would be 3, and then this would be... that would be 4, and then this would be 3. Fiendish Chain is going to get Rage Stomped by Double Cyclone. Very, very, very much a lot. And that's going to cost you a lot of games because Pleiades is a thing. Breakthrough Skill is going to basically jump over that, meaning that this gets the win. Chalice is going to be second because you can't double use it, but it is a quick effect, meaning that you don't have to wait the one turn to use it, but you're not really going to get much, like you don't get the utility out of that you do with Breakthrough. So, Breakthrough Skill for the win, Chalice in second place, Fiendish at last, and the reason also that Breakthrough Skill gets that first place for people who will argue that Chalice is better is because BLZ is still a thing. Let me explain this and break this down real quick. Banish this on your turn, BLZ has no effect, now you can just destroy it by normal means. On to the next battle. So, this is a classic anime battle, welcome to number 3, and this was requested by Omega. So, let's break down the effects real quick. Majestic Red basically destroys all the defense position monsters and gains attack points. That's all great and nada. Majestic Star is basically a walking barrier Stardust in a way, but without the speed. It's a speed spell too. Sorry, I'm having some digestive issues this morning. So, But anyway, let's go straight into what makes these guys what they are. They are majestic dragons, meaning that they are brought out by special means. I will have deck profiles and try to do like a duel with them. Maybe I can get Yugi 514 on board to do the majestic red deck, and I do majestic star, and we see which one's better. Classic duel, anime-esque kind of stuff. That's not what we're doing today. What we're doing today is we're saying what general overall card is better. When Majestic Star leaves the board, Stardust is coming back. Unfortunately, that's at the end of the turn. So pretty much both of these have that same kind of effect. It's funny to use them, and honestly the best use is Kinky Bio or Level Eater of some sort. Kind of shenanigans. It's hard to say where you would actually fit this kind of stuff in. To make a deck out of that's actually going to be at least tier 3, to function as a deck. But it would make a hell of a fun deck. But with that said, of course, you knew that was going to be said. Majestic Star is going to take the win. Majestic Red is going to get second place. That's just how it is. Majestic Star is better. Put in a giant explosion on Majestic Red because it's all angry now. So if you guys want to see a dual video on that, let me know and I will try to make it happen. But anyway, battle number 4. Let's do this. Battle number 4. Here we go. Card versus card. Cybernova Dragon versus Azurai Silver Dragon. We're going to start with Cybernova, who can net you a Cyber End on Destruction effect. When it is destroyed, and can also boost its power. Azurai can net you a Blue Eyes constantly. Once per turn, it also carries Dragon Protection. So both of these guys have double power, double effects, I mean to say. So the question of the matter is, well, why are we doing this battle? Because you guys want to know which one of these is better. Simple as that. They're two different things. This is going to require 2 level 5 monsters, and this is going to require a level 8 and a level 1 that, well, as long as it's normal materials and the tuner is a regular tuner, then you're fine to go. So pretty much you're looking at like a level 1 tuner and just like whatever makes 8 for you when it comes to normal. So Azurai is definitely more splashable than Cybernova. So that's 1 point right there. Now you're probably arguing, but 4,000 beat stick. Keep this in mind. Constant normal summon, not just Blue Eyes, because I did make that mistake. Constant normal summoning. I could bring out normal tuners, normal dragons, normal... Well, as long as it's a normal dragon, then we're fine to go, and then this makes more rank 8 plays than I can count. So, obviously, I think you know where this is going. Azurai is for the win, Cybernova gets a nod, but gets second place. Alright, on to the 5th and final battle. If this feels short, I apologize. That's because I wanted to break it down into 5 battles constantly, and the next 5 will be voted on you, and I still have the requests from the last one, don't worry, those will eventually see the light of day. So, let's get on to that final battle. The best for last. Alright, final battle time, Vanity's Emptiness or Royal Oppression, which is the more broken of the cards. And yes, I'm actually calling them both broken. So, Royal Oppression says every time your opponent tries a special summon, they have to burn, well, you burn 800 and then you negate their special summon. Vanity's Emptiness says no special summons at all. Now, the only thing to remember with Vanity's Emptiness is if you're controlling it, that if you lose one of your cards, Vanity's Emptiness says, okay, you could special again, I'm sorry for interfering in your way. They're both MSTable, they both are Royal Decreeable. But the question comes down to it is which is more busted? Is it the 800 paying Royal Oppression or the free use of Vanity's Emptiness? And keep in mind, we're not looking at what's on the ban list. We're just mentioning that it's there and just for the future. Let's put it to you that way. Alright, to basically break this down as fast as we can, not to sound that way because it's aiming for like a 10-minute video. Royal Oppression, 800 light points, continuous, seems kind of not as good as it used to be when we have Vanity's Emptiness. It says no special summoning at all. Now, keep in mind this could be because of the power creep or because Ryu's lost his freaking mind, having this wonderful scenery that he's in, around him. But honestly, I think Vanity's Emptiness is the better of the 2 cards. I definitely want to hear from you guys down in the comments which one of these you think is better, but honestly, I feel Vanity's Emptiness is 10 times better. I have to give it the win. That's not to say Royal Oppression, isn't busted. It's just like, I mean, the only thing that would make Royal Oppression better, besides paying not having to pay the 800, but you do have to pay the 800, is that those cards go to the graveyard. But then again, you can also just say, Ryu, with the way the game is, wouldn't you want that most of the time? And I'm just like, yeah, you pretty much would, and your opponent could pay 800, so it's like both ways, Vanity's, Emptiness is just one side. So if you guys like what you saw, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more, and I will catch you next video. If you want more card versus card, request it down in the comments below. If you have a deck request or whatever request, just leave it in the comments below, and I will get to it. I'm ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. I'll catch you next video. Peace.